Alright, Shalom. This is the brother Nahalia from the GMS Orlando camp. I want to start off by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, who are the elders of Yasharallah. And a sincere salutation to all you Akim, who are preaching this word and believing this word, and to the Aquath, who are believing this word, and all truth and in sincerity. Yahweh is the name of the one they ignorantly call God. Yahweh Shai is the name of the one they ignorantly call Jesus. Bahashem is in the name. Rakah is spirit. Kodash is holy. Akim is brothers. Aquath is sisters. Shalom means peace. And Yasharallah is Israel in the ancient Paleo Hebrew. I want to go into a lesson through the spirit on the virgins. All right, the virgins mentioned in Revelation, the 14th chapter. I was just meditating on something through the spirit, and I felt like, through the spirit, this was an opportunity to edify. So Lord willing, this is edifying. This is Revelation chapter 14. And I'll jump to the point because I'm in traffic. Verse 4 reads, these, let me start at 3. And it reads, and they sung as it were a new song before the throne and before the 4 beasts and the elders. And no man could learn that song but the 144,000, which were redeemed from the earth. These are they which were not defiled with women, for they are virgins. These are they which follow the Lamb whithersoever he goeth. These were redeemed from among men, being the firstfruits unto Yahweh Bashem Yahushai and to the Lamb. All right. Now, Christianity taught us at one point that those were literal virgins. But when you understand the scriptures from a spiritual perspective, all right, those chaste virgins, or those virgins, if you will, are the remnant of the nation of Israel that are dedicated to the Heavenly Father. All right, that 144,000 are those chaste virgins that are dedicated to the Lord. When you deal with the crops, the first fruits, you were supposed to dedicate to the Lord, going back to the law, because that was the choicest part of your harvest. That remnant, they're not literal virgins, all right? They're actually virgins in the spirit. All right, I want to get a precept on that in Corinthians. So this 2 Corinthians chapter 11 and verse 2, and it reads, for I am jealous over you with godly jealousy, for I have espoused you to one husband, that I may present you as a chaste virgin to Hamashiach. Now you have to keep in mind, right, this is a letter to the church of Corinth. Paul had to know that all of those people at Corinth were not literal virgins. So he's not talking about a virgin as in never having sex with a woman. All right, because when you read Revelation, the 14th chapter, it talks about the men who were considered virgins. So it's not talking about physical virgins, rather spiritual. That's why he said, I espoused you to one husband. And the Lord often likens the relationship that he has to Israel as a marriage. Now, in the ancient world, the marriage was a man to a virgin. So the remnant, all right, the elect, Lord willing, we be a part of that number, beginning with the 144,000, are being prepared as a virgin. All right, this is why in Matthew's, the 25th chapter, and I won't get the entire parable, but Matthew 25 and 1 reads, then shall the kingdom of heaven be likened unto 10 virgins, which took their lamps and went forth to meet the bridegroom. Now, is Yahweh Shai talking about literal virgins? No, it's not talking about literal virgins when you're talking about the elect. Now, make no mistake, in the ancient world, our ancient customs, a marriage involved a man with a woman who did not know a man, meaning she didn't have sex with a man before. Now, that is a parable for the elect, because spiritually, the elect are dedicated to the Lord. This is why you find men of the Lord dedicated to the ministry. And it may seem strange to somebody who's uninitiated, the dedication to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai through the ministry. Because really that's how you express your love to the Lord, the service of the Lord. We love not just in word, but in deed. And a part of that love being expressed is the work. When you think about, just speaking personally, brothers have there's an affection that we have toward the Lord that really can't be explained, honestly. It's like, it reminds me of the account of King David and Jonathan when he said the love his love for King David, that relationship surpassed the love of a woman. Because when you deal with a marriage, the woman is supposed to be dedicated to her husband. You know, as the scriptures say in Genesis, her desire shall be toward her husband. So what we have in the scriptures in Revelation, the 14th chapter, isn't talking about literal virgins. It's actually talking about the Lord's relationship with the first fruits. You know, being covered by the mercy. You know, Yahweh Shai being the bridegroom, if you will, and that marriage being sealed. So it's not talking about literal virgins, and that's why the elect are literally dedicated to Yahweh Shai Shai. Lord willing, we be a part of that number. Matter of fact, I want to continue on this. And this is why the scriptures liken wisdom unto a woman, right? In Proverbs, the 5th chapter, it says, give not thyself over to a strange woman. Any philosophy outside of this is a strange woman unto us. All right, and that's why we're supposed to keep far away from it. All right, this is Proverbs chapter 5. And I'll start at 15. And it reads, drink waters out of thine own cistern, and running waters out of thine own well. Let thy fountains be dispersed abroad, and rivers of waters in the streets. Let them be thine own, and not strangers with thee. All right, because again, this truth is likened unto water. All right, oil, because when you deal with the wise virgins and the foolish virgins, they had oil in their lamp, going into this truth, as they were waiting for the bridegroom. So the wisdom really bonds you to the Yahweh Shai Shai. That's why we're not supposed to be carried away with these vain philosophies. All right, these deceits that are falsely so-called science. We're supposed to be dedicated to the Lord. And part of that dedication is trust in the Lord. You know, just like a husband would expect trust from his wife when he says he's going to do something. Matter of fact, that reminds me. And this is why it's a snare under Christianity, because they'll point it out as if Revelation, the 14th chapter, is talking about literal virgins. But why is Paul writing a letter to Corinth talking about espousing them as chaste virgins? You know, wasn't like he was at that church and knew that all of the men of that church were physical virgins, because it wasn't talking about them being physical virgins. All right, real quick, this is Isaiah chapter 54 and verse 5. And it reads, for thy maker is thine husband, the Lord of hosts is his name, and thy redeemer, the Holy One of Yashar'Allah, the power of the whole earth shall he be called. So the Lord is the husband of the nation of Israel. And that relationship is really being seen on the first fruits. Every brother, according to their measure, they're expressing the love that they have for Yahweh Shai Shai through their measure. You know, through the service of Yahweh Shai Shai. And this is why, you know, a lot of the people in the world, you know, even brothers who are in this truth, there's points where your woman won't even understand. You know, it's very few sisters that understand this truth as a whole, but then there's very few women, generally speaking, that can understand that kind of dedication. Because Jake in the world don't have that kind of dedication to anything. So it's a strange thing to see men who have this kind of dedication towards the service of the Lord that doesn't have any tangible value in this world. And this is why Edris said he greatly commended those who stood so stiffly. Because that's the dedication of the virgin to the husband. Lord willing, we be a part of that number. You know, and I was just thinking about that. Like the brotherhood is set up like that. When you deal with the relationship of King David and Jonathan, you know, their relationship surpassed the love of a woman, man. You know, and it didn't mean that they were a part of the alphabet community. It means that their brotherly love was so fervent in them, it surpassed the love of women. Matter of fact, I want to get that, Lord willing. Yeah. So this is 1 Samuel chapter 18, the Wadi Al Bashmal Shah. Hey man, it's beautiful. You know, just as a sidebar, like it's beautiful, and only the ones who understand would understand. You know, like the dedication, the love of Yahweh Shema Shai, being able to see the Lord in creation. You know, being able to see the Lord in judgment and not be offended, seeing the beauty in judgment. Like, you know, you get to a point where you see the Lord judge, and if you're a carnal person, you wouldn't understand the beauty of it. Even how the Lord talks about the judgments against these nations, how poetically he puts it. Like, we admire the Lord. Like, seriously, we admire the Lord. There's a love for Yahweh Shema Shai that really can't be expressed with words, and we try our best to show it in deed. You know, this is 1 Samuel chapter 18. I believe this is it. I'm gonna just read it real quick. This is 1 Samuel 18, verse 3. All right, and it reads, "Then Jonathan and David made a covenant because he loved him as his own soul. And Jonathan stripped himself of the robe that was upon him and gave it to David, and his garment, even to his sword, and to his bow, and to his girdle." And you know what? That reminds me of even 2/3 on a low level. You know, you have these accounts of, you know, guys who grew up together, they that close. You know, they make light of it. You know, they, how should I say this? They mock Jake, you know, in the world because they share clothes and stuff like that. But this is an example of that. You know, that brotherly love that the scriptures talk about, how beautiful it is for brethren to dwell in unity. You know, greeting each other with the holy kiss. All of these things are part of the custom to show the love that we have for Yahweh Shema Shai and the nation of Israel, man. And that love is seen in the brotherhood. That's why Yahweh Shai said, "Ye shall know that ye are my disciples, the love we show one toward another." But on a grander scale, it's really the showing of the love that we have for our husband, Yahweh Shema Shai. Because as a nation of people, the Lord is married unto us. And it reminded me to go back into Revelation, the 14th chapter, because Christianity will tell you that those are virgins, but those are not literal virgins. All right? Now, that wasn't the one I was looking for. All right, here it is. 2 Samuel, chapter 1, the Wadi Yahweh Shema Shai, and 26. And it reads, "I am distressed for thee, my brother Jonathan. Very pleasant hast thou been unto me. Thy love to me was wonderful, passing the love of women." And this, man, you have to understand. You know, through the Spirit, the scriptures say all things are pure to them that are pure. Lord willing, we be a part of that number. And this is a man after the Lord's own heart. And that love is being expressed to Yahweh Shema Shai by the brotherhood, by the ministry. And this is the virgins that are presented in Revelation, the 14th chapter. The 144,000, that governing body under Yahweh Shai. And it's really beautiful, man, when you look at our laws, statutes, and commandments, our customs, our heritage. You know, you look at creation, you look at the laws, and you just start to see the beauty of Yahweh Shema Shai. You begin to admire, you reverence the Lord, man. There's a reverence that it goes without words. The love that we have, Lord willing, we be a part of that number for Yahweh Shema Shai. And that's what those virgins are going to, that's what the virgins are in Revelation, the 14th chapter. It's not literal virgins. It's the first fruits, the 144,000 men that the Lord has reserved for himself. You know? So Lord willing, this was edifying with that. I'm going to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, who are the elders of Yasha Allah, and a sincere salutation to all you Akim, who are preaching this word and believing this word, and to the Akwath who are believing this word in all truth and in sincerity. Shalom.